Hello, everyone. It is Thursday, September 8th, 2025. I am Annika Spalding, the Community Relations Director here at the Amarillo Little Theater. And this is Thursdays at 3, where I go live every single Thursday to get you caught up on what's happening this week at ALT. This season, Thursdays at 3, is generously sponsored by our friends at Realty Central Services. Cindy Bulla is the owner and broker of Realty Central and is a longtime supporter and champion of ALT. Realty Central is a women-owned, full-service real estate brokerage providing unparalleled customer service backed by decades of experience, industry service, and property rights advocacy. So if you're in need of real estate service and you love ALT, consider heading over to amarillo.realestate and using Realty Central Services. We love our friends over there and thank them so much for sponsoring Thursdays at 3 this season. ALT hosted auditions for Ragtime this week at the Alan Shankles main stage, and we had a fabulous turnout. Here's what we know for sure. Amarillo is packed with talent, and a huge concentration of that talent is right here at ALT. The cast list will be posted tomorrow, Friday, September 19th at noon on the ALT website. Congratulations to every single person who came out to audition. We are so grateful to all of you. And we are entering our final, and now I believe sold out, if not right there on the cusp, maybe 5 tickets left, weekend of Disney's Frozen here at the main stage. If you haven't yet purchased tickets, there is still hope for you. If you want to show up for standby seating, we will have a few chairs that we can place in the aisle, which will be seating in front and behind each other. There are no promises, but we will do our best to accommodate. That said, if you do want to get on the standby list, this is just a personal recommendation from me, Annika Spalding. If you want to get on the standby list, I would get here an hour before the show starts. That would be my suggestion to you, or maybe 30 minutes. I think the house opens 30 minutes before, but the earlier you can get here for the box office, the better, because that box office gets really congested the closer we get to showtime. So it'll be much easier on our lovely box office ladies if you would get here on the early side if you want to get on standby, or give them a call. So that's my recommendation there. But if you haven't gotten tickets to see Frozen, don't miss out. It is such a magical experience. I can't tell you how many of our patrons have bought tickets to see it a second time, third time. People are loving this show. Please, please, please do not miss your chance to see Frozen. It's worth it to get on the standby list. Things happen. People have to back out at the last second. They turn in their tickets. So there is still hope for you if you want to get in to see this show. Our good friend Vanessa says, super excited for Ragtime. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, Vanessa. Love you so much. So glad that you're here. And Warriors, thank you so much for answering our call for help with ushering and concessions this weekend. We do still need your help with concessions for tonight, Friday, and for both Saturday shows for Frozen. Remember, if we have an open seat at the performance, volunteers can watch the show for free. We don't really have open seating, but I don't really know how that will work. So you probably will not get to see the show, but a lot of our volunteers, I believe, have already seen the show. Thank you so much for everyone who has answered the call and helped. Lissa was telling me how excited they were, how quickly people answered our call for help today. So thank you guys so much. You're absolutely amazing. We also need all hands on deck for Frozen Strike. Let's talk about Strike here for a second. This is the volunteer email that went out. If you are not on our volunteer email list, get in touch with Lissa at amarillo-littletheater.org, or call the box office and we will get you on that list. After Sunday's performance, we will have a huge strike. You can imagine how massive Strike for Frozen is going to be. From costumes to props, the pit, and set pieces, we will need a lot of help. Obviously, you can't reply to this email if you don't have it, but if you want to help with Strike, go ahead and contact Lissa Guerin at amarillo-littletheater.org and let her know. And also, if you have a drill, BYOD, bring your own drill. We will be getting started around 5:15 or 5:30 after the final Sunday matinee on September 21st. So if you can help with that strike, that would be so incredible. The more hands we have on deck, the faster Strike goes and the faster everybody gets to eat. So we love that. Okay, the box office, we got to talk about show after show after show, because that's what we do around here at ALT. The box office will open to members for Misery on Monday, September 29th at 10 a.m. The Stephen King classic is sure to sell out. If you are interested in becoming an ALT member so that you can get early ticket reservations. And as Jason always says, if you're not a season ticket holder, what is wrong with you? You can do so by calling our box office or heading over to our website. If you want to be a season ticket holder, not only do you receive discounts on your tickets, but you also have the ability to reserve your tickets at least 1 week in advance of the general public. You can purchase season tickets until December 31st, but why wait? Take a look at our incredible season. Why would you not want to have season tickets for this outstanding 98th season we have on the docket? We've got sold out show after sold out show. We're 2 for 2 right now with Cuckoo's Nest and Frozen. I'm sure Misery right around the Halloween season will sell out quickly as well. So why not just get your season tickets? Again, you can do so right up until December 31st. So go ahead and get your season tickets. Why not? You get early ticket reservations, ticket discounts. There's perks after perks after perks after perks. Our friend Hugh Fristo says, I've seen it twice talking about Frozen, and I'm definitely thinking of trying for a third. I saw both sets of Little Anna and Elsa. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, our Little Anna and Little Elsa are double cast. So they get to trade off nights, which is so great. And we get to, like I said, we have a huge concentration of talent here at ALT. So it's fantastic when we get to spread the wealth. Hugh says, and they're so incredible. It's like a different show. So exciting. My daughter's coming tonight again. She is so excited to see it all over again with a different set of Anna and Elsa's. So exciting. And Hugh, I'm so glad you got to see it twice and maybe for a third time. Our good friend Michelle says, hello, my friend. Hi, Michelle. It's so good to chat with you. It was so great to see you at auditions for Ragtime this week. So glad that you're here watching Thursdays at 3. And our good friend Dennis Humphrey says, we can't wait to see it tomorrow. Humphreys, I'm so glad that you're going to be here. Dennis, it's so good to talk to you. I hope we see you a lot more around ALT. We miss you around here. Okay, let's talk about something else that I'm really excited for at ALT right now, which is our Sponsor a Seat Committed to ALT campaign. We are so excited about this brand new campaign that we launched about a month and a half ago. It's so exciting as we get closer and closer to our centennial year. That's right. We're almost at 100 years old. We launched this brand new campaign to honor the Alan Schenkel's main stage. This space means so much to so many people through so many decades of growth and change. And we want to honor that history by allowing people to sponsor a seat in the Alan Schenkel's main stage. This does not mean that you get to have that seat every time you get a ticket to come see a show at ALT. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry for that. I know people have their seats that they love to get as quickly as they can. But a $250 donation to the theater will get you a beautifully engraved plaque on the seat of your choice if it's still available. They're kind of flying off the shelves here, as it were. But you get a plaque on a seat. It'll be on the right armrest of the seat. And we've had so many people with so many cool stories sponsor seats for this campaign. Obviously, that money is going to go to help support the theater and help us grow into our next 100 years, which we're so grateful for. So thank you so much to everyone who has participated already. If you want information about that campaign, we have all the information here at the theater. We have these, do I have one here? I have it sitting here somewhere. We have these incredible cards kind of all around the theater. And they have all the information you need to know. If you want to sponsor a seat, you can fill out one of these cards and give it to the box office. You can also head over to our website, and there's information all about the seat campaign there. I'll put it up here in case you want to take a screenshot, read about it later. There's another one. And online, you'll see this is kind of the seating chart of the Alan Schenkel's main stage. Again, we've already had lots and lots of seat reservations, people wanting to reserve specific seats that they like to sit in all the time. Families dedicating a seat to their own family if they've had a lot to do with ALT, people who've passed on in memory of them, in honor of a loved one. It's so cool to hear some of the stories that people have shared with us about what this incredible space means to them. So if you want to participate in that campaign, we would be so grateful, and you're supporting such a great cause. ALT means so much to so many people. So thank you to everyone who has participated. Again, if you want to sponsor a seat, we've got all the information here at the theater. You can call the box office at 806-355-9991, or you can head over to our website at amarillo-littletheater.org to purchase your seats from there. And we would be so grateful if you would do that for us. Let's keep it moving with our Volunteer of the Week. All right, congratulations to our ALT social media warriors. This is specific to anyone who has shared ALT's posts specifically in the last handful of weeks. You guys have been so helpful sharing our posts about Frozen, the Princess Sing-Along, ragtime auditions, and we are so grateful to you. You have no idea how much that helps us get the word out into the community. Believe it or not, we've almost been here 100 years, and there are still people in this community who do not know that we exist or do not know that we exist for them. So anytime you share our posts, it broadens our reach. We are so grateful to every single one of you who's done that. Your shares really help us get the word out in the community about what we're doing. And we are so grateful to you guys. So our ALT social media warriors are our volunteers of the week this week. And now let's get to some breaking Broadway news. Okay, this is really exciting. I am so happy, especially today, because of who my guest is today. I'm so excited about our Breaking Broadway news. So just a couple weeks ago, we shared that our former Academy student, Tavy Scholes, got cast as the genie standby in Broadway's Aladdin. Well, now, in case you don't already know, I have the honor to share that another former Academy student and Sterling Knight's big brother, Ben Knight, got to make his swing debut in American Psycho the Musical as Timothy Price at the Houston Hobby Center for the Performing Arts. And our very own, look at this, this fills my heart with joy. It makes me so incredibly happy that one of our former Academy students, another one, is out there doing it, getting it done, inspiring other people. We are so proud of him. And our very own Jason Crespin got to be there to see him. Jason was returning from New York and switched his flights around. I'm getting choked up talking about this. I don't know that I can. Oh no. He switched his flights around to be able to be there for Ben's debut. Ben is another proof positive case. I'm going to put this one back up here because it's just so joyful that ALT Academy students are getting hired professionally right and left. And we are beaming for him. It makes me so happy that in the last 2 weeks, I have shared 2 former Academy students. Oh my gosh. Oh no. That's enough. Anyway, we are so proud of Tavy and we are so proud of Ben. Congratulations to both of you. Oh my gosh, I'm just so incredibly thrilled to share news like this. It just fills my heart with joy. So we're going to chat with his sister Sterling later. Maybe I'll let her talk so I can take a minute. Oh my gosh. Anyway, breaking Broadway news is involving former ALT Academy students, and I just could not be prouder. I can't imagine how Jason Crespin feels as their former Academy director. Oh my word. Let's move on to maybe like some sad Broadway news, so maybe I can pull it together. Oh my gosh, let's keep it moving. Star of stage and screen. No, I'm going to keep crying again. Robert Redford passed away this week at 89. I mean, a complete legend, and what a life. Oh my gosh. Robert Redford, just a complete legend. And this, I'll definitely stop crying now because this is just very happy. TW Theatricals is developing a stage musical from the children's book series, The Babysitter's Club. That makes my millennial heart swell 3 sizes. Oh my gosh, so exciting. But enough about all of that. Let's bring on my guest for today. I am so excited to welcome Frozen's own Anna, Sterling Knight, and our very own Jason Crespin. Hello. No, I had to.
Hilarious. I love it.
Hello, my friends.
Hello. And also, there's a surprise special guest with us right now.
Bentley!
Hi, Bentley.
Bentley needed to come to work this afternoon, and so he was in his crate, but then he started whining, and so I'm thinking he's like, oh, what? What? A camera? An audience? What?
Bentley is, I'm proud to have Bentley as our third guest for Thursdays at 3 today.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. Okay, I am so excited to chat with you guys today. I love to start these interviews by asking about your daytime identities. Jason, we have an idea what yours is. Sterling, what is it that you do during the day when you are not here at the theater?
Well, I am a student at WT, so I am a musical theater and design technology student. So I go to class. Yeah. go to class. And then, you know, like I have jobs that I work and stuff, but that's what I do mostly is I put in, anyways.
Amazing. And Jason, what is your daytime identity when you're not at the theater at night?
A lot of things. I am at the theater during the day. Today, what did I do today? I ran to Sam's. I had to go make some orders for the theater. Had to pick up some supplies for the theater for the weekend.
Yeah.
Working on, of course, tons of things for Ragtime and helping little things with Misery, and working on a report that's due tomorrow, and board meetings, and staff meetings, and all the things. But it's good. It's really good.
All the things that make ALT run like a well-oiled machine. Okay, so Sterling, you're a graduate of the ALT Academy. Don't get me started crying again. Under Jason Crespin. In fact, when Jason directed ALT Academy's production of Frozen Jr. in 2019, you also played Anna. I have a personal photo here that Sterling's mom sent me. We were sitting in the audience of Frozen, and all of a sudden I get a text from Velvet Night with this picture from, it was 2019, wasn't it? When we did Frozen Jr. So Livy was 2 when we took this picture. And then here is the now picture.
Yeah.
that we took after the show. So amazing. Okay, so that to me is just so incredibly cool that you've gotten to play Anna both times. Has it felt different now that you're older and have different life experience? Talk to me about that.
Yeah, it's definitely like way different, especially because like I like now I have like a brain that's like developed, I guess, like, or more developed, you get it. But I feel like I like got to like realize things about her that like I didn't necessarily like realize the first time, which like makes me look back and go, girl, what were you doing? Like, did you do anything? But yeah, it's been really cool to like get to go back and kind of dig deeper into this character that I really, really enjoy. So yeah.
And you have done an absolutely phenomenal job. We'll talk more about that here in just a little bit. Can you tell us, Sterling, about why you loved the Academy and what it contributed to your life?
Yeah, I definitely love the Academy. Hey God, I'm trying to collect my thoughts. I'm sorry.
No, you're
I like that I had a place like to go and to do things. I definitely think that like if I hadn't have like been like active in theater and like doing things, that I would like just have been like sitting on my phone all the time, which is like not healthy for anyone.
Right.
Yeah, and also it's like I really as I like have gotten older and like have been able to kind of pinpoint why I like theater, like a lot of that has to do with like escapism and like creating joy for others.
Yeah.
And so like getting to be a part of that so young, it was really important to me. And like I think
That's great, Sterling. That's such a great answer too, because especially now, I don't know about you, Jason. I do not envy teenagers and kids growing up now with just all the technology and screens and all of the things that are just so readily available. It can be such a great thing, but it can be such a detrimental thing, not just for kids, for adults too. And it can feel so disconnecting. I feel like, being buried in our phones can make us really disconnected from other people, polarized from other people, all of those things. And so just being in theater classes, whether you want to go into acting or not, is such a great outlet, just a creative outlet, or to just be around other people and do things kind of out of the box where you're not buried in a screen. I love to hear that, and that the Academy was that for you. Jason, I want to know, what's it like for you to have directed Frozen Jr. and then now to direct like big boy Frozen?
Right? Yeah. No, great question. It's I feel like I keep telling people like I'm doing the same show, but just on a way bigger budget. And, it's just more. It's just a whole lot more. We have, the cast back then was 94, if you believe it or not. And so we have a smaller cast for sure, but with this show, with it being the extended version, the full Broadway version, you know, there's songs that we didn't get to do in the first show. There's elements of the show that we didn't get to do. You know, when back then I didn't even remotely tackle Elsa's quick change. I was like, nope, she's just going to come out in her dress at the beginning of Let It Go and we're good. So, you know, we're adding those elements. We're adding projections. Dennis Humphrey's amazing projections designed for the show. It was fun though, because there's a handful of people that have been involved, like Sterling and other cast members. You know, Beth Alexander choreographed that show, and she's in it this time around. Tana Robertson, she designed the set the last time. So that was kind of fun to sit down with Tana going, okay, what did we do the last time and how can we elevate that even more so this time around?
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we've done. We've just kind of elevated, you know, from costumes to props to puppets. Everything is just kind of heightened. And I think that, like Sterling even said, that the talent is heightened. You know, even Sterling is a great example, playing the same role from 2019 to now. And with her world experience and her, you know, even more training at WT and things like that, she has more tools in her toolbox to use and elevate her performance. And so it's just been a blast. We've had so much fun with the show, and I'm glad the audiences are really liking it. Apparently, Bentley still wants to be on camera. Sorry, Bentley's mad that he was not Sven in this. He was like, "Where were Sven auditions?"
Oh my gosh, Bentley's mad. We don't want to make Bentley mad.
Yeah.
Megan Gaiton says, you have definitely created joy for us, sweet Sterling. Love that. Okay, Sterling, tell us a little bit about Anna and how she's different from Sterling. You, in my opinion, just fully embody this character. And I was talking about this with Jason and Harrison, I think earlier this week, and watching you take over the stage filled me with joy. Sterling disappeared and you were Anna, full stop. I just want to talk to you a little bit about how she's different from you and how you tackled that.
Yeah, I do want to start by saying, like, I definitely think we are very similar, which is a part of, like, I don't know, I think that you know, she kind of comes around right when I need her, which is nice. And the ways I think she's different is like, or like, you know, specifically something I've been thinking about a lot is like the thing that I like, my favorite thing about her is how persistent she is, which is something that like I can learn from. I think that like we all can learn from, but like she has these moments where like at the beginning of the show, she knows two things for sure. And the two things are that her sister would never hurt her and that true love exists. And through the show, both of those things like crash down. And like that's really devastating. And then even after all of that, Kristoff is standing right in front of her and she still chooses her sister, which like to me is just like really inspiring of like yeah, I just think that like that's probably like my favorite thing about her. And I think that her persistence is something that like I definitely can learn from and that I'm not the best at. Like I get very I get very like, I don't know the word. I tend to like really beat myself up when something doesn't go right, or like just like really let it get me down. And playing this character, how like she's able to just like shake it off, right? Like Elsa is like consistently being like, get away from me, and she's like, no. And so it's like that's been really yeah, really exciting to kind of play with and stuff. So I don't know if that was a good answer or not, but
it absolutely was. And like just for me as an audience member, having seen the show and knowing that's such a core takeaway for you, like to me, if I saw the show again, I would watch it differently, knowing that that's how you were approaching that. And I think that's such a cool thing to take away, because that's absolutely true. Like you think back through the show and she is undeterred by all of these.
And it's even like I do think that she is deterred, but like she just keeps coming back, right? Like I've really grown to love this character a lot more than I did. I like really loved her when I was in high school, but like through this show I've grown to like just like really love her. And so yeah, and like specifically like a moment that I can like point to of like you know, throughout the story it's like she is consistently being like getting her hopes up and then let down, and getting her hopes up and let down. Like specifically in I Can't Lose You, I think that by the end of that song she thinks that it's worked, right? And she thinks that like, oh, I've convinced her, I've done it. And then Elsa pushes her away again. And it's like, oh, that moment is so horrible. But then she, and then like one of my favorite moments in the whole show is like this, like 3 or 4 lines of text between Anna and Kristoff where she's like, I'm going back up there. And he's like, what? And she goes, Elsa needs me. But she struck you with her powers. She's just afraid. Like that line of text is like really my favorite, because it's like she's after all of that has just happened, she's still gonna go back. And yeah, anyways,
and such a testament to how much that character knows her sister, which is also incredible because they were separated their whole childhood. And that bond is so strong that it didn't, all of those years apart had no effect on separating her.
And even going into that, like one of the moments, another one of my favorite, I just really love this show. Another one of my favorite moments that the musical adds is like, you know, Kristoff has, right after we've met Olaf, Kristoff has this moment where Anna has just seen Arendelle and like seeing how frozen it is, and he's like, well, like what makes you think that she's even going to listen to you? And then like Olaf comes back in and he's like, oh, come on guys, let's go. And she like has this moment where she turns around and she goes, no, Olaf does. Because it's like it's like that is a good question to ask, of like, why would she think that her sister would listen to her? But then she's pointing to Olaf going, no, I have proof that she's thinking about me. I have proof that there's still a connection here. And so I think that moment is also really important. So I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, Sterling, it makes me so happy to see how much you love this show. It makes me so, oh my gosh, you talk about the right person being cast. Oh my word. Okay, Jason, this show has unbelievable technical elements. Can you tell us, you mentioned a little bit about Dennis Humphrey's projections, but can you tell us about that process and how you've seen ALT evolve as many years as you've been here? Can you talk to us a little bit about how you've seen ALT evolve through the years with our technical abilities?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have upped the game for sure. I think really when it comes to, especially this show with the word Disney, we need that kind of wow factor, that Disney magic, if you will. And so when I talked to Dennis and said, you know, we really need some help with some small projections, and I didn't really even think that we needed as many as we have now. I thought a couple, but then they just kind of kept evolving and evolving. Then I was like, well, what if we had fireworks here? What if we had, you know, the Huga letters here? And like, so it just kept kind of getting more and more. You know, we had the ocean for the shipwreck scene and things like that. And so I really think that the turning point for us as far as when projections happened really was Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime, when Alan Shankles directed that show at the Adventures, or here at the main stage, because basically those projections, the projector that we're using right now is the same projector, not the same one, but we had rented that one, and it kind of elevated like, oh, this is what we can do with some projections, with some mapping, and where we don't, you know, necessarily light up the whole stage at the same time. And from that point, you know, we started using projections. I used them in Murder on the Orient Express, where we were able to use the moving train above the train and do those flashback moments and some video work. And you know, that's just kind of has evolved even more. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, a great example of how the magical elements of that show, we needed to have the projections for it. And so yeah, I think just, you know, we're really blessed with donor support and people who believe in our theater and who've donated money, where we were able to purchase that projector years ago, and man, we put it to good use for sure. And it's exciting. You know, we try to always do the best we can. So when I put on a show, I always want to find the best costumes, the best talent, of course, which we're blessed that we have it in Amarillo. But also just these puppets, for example, are the Disney approved puppets that Disney has said, yes, these puppets can be used in the production of Frozen. It comes with that price tag also, which is, you know, we're the third theater to use these costumes. The theater before us, in fact, I saw the production outside of Chicago at the Paramount Theater, and fell in love with these costumes, and luckily we were able to get them. Between us and that production, they went over to the Muni, which is one of the largest outdoor musical theaters out there. And in fact, Patty Murin, who originated the role on Broadway, recently revived her performance of Princess Anna at the Muni. And so it's pretty cool that Sterling is getting to wear the same dresses that Patty Murin, Broadway's Anna, just wore at the Muni Theater. Yeah, it's just crazy. And it's us. We're in Amarillo, Texas, charging at the most $39 for a ticket when tickets for all these other shows are, $65 to $85 per ticket. So pretty awesome that we're getting to do all of these elements that other people are doing, but keep our prices low. And we're thankful for, Producer Circle members, for donors, Street Toyota, which became a title sponsor for the show, allow us to have all of these huge technical elements while keeping the price low for our amazing community.
So incredible. And if anyone is watching and has not seen the show, I can't tell you how effective these projections are, especially when you mentioned the water at the beginning is so immersive. You really feel like it's about to like drown you. Like it really feels so real.
Well, and I forgot, Sterling reminded me, which was innovative for us when we did the show in 2019. There's sections of the show where Princess Elsa strikes Anna with her powers. And I had forgotten this until Sterling said that. Sterling had like kind of like a little, not purse, but kind of like a little satchel with her. And there was snow in there. And so anytime Elsa was going to hit her with snow, she would grab some snow and she would basically throw it on her. So she would throw it on her. So then it would be this burst of snow, if you will, where she got blasted in the heart and stuff. Oh, I can't hear you, Sterling. Can you hear me?
Uh-oh, she's muted.
Sterling, we can't hear you.
Oh no.
You're acting, you're so good. I'm going to continue talking while we figure out your audio.
Where's Natalie Lawson when you need her?
There you go. We can hear you now.
Is it back?
Yes.
There you are. You're back.
Oh, okay. All I was going to say is that I still have that satchel and like some of the glitter from that.
Oh, so cool.
Yeah.
I love that. Which I forgot about that. And so, but for us to use these projections that were, it literally looks like it's hitting, young Anna when she's on the bed jumping up and down, or hitting Sterling as older Anna. It just again adds that cool Disney element, that magic that elevates our show, which I think is really, really fun.
They're absolutely amazing. And just I know there has to be so much editing involved on that side of it, Jason, just being able to say, I think we're going to stop here. I think this is enough, or tweaking what we have to make sure that it's not completely overwhelming. And all of that was so incredibly effective. It was just so well done. Sterling, you're a busy young adult. I want to know what appeals to you about auditioning and volunteering your time at ALT.
Yeah, it's definitely something that like I get to do few and far between because I am so busy. But this show actually fell like right in like a perfect slot for me to do it. Like it felt very like destiny, because I am the scenic designer for Frog and Toad at WT, which will start picking up like right after we close. It's like I hit the ground running, like doing stuff like that. Yeah, and then that opens on Halloween, so it's like we have like a month, and so it just like this show fit like right in the perfect time that I emailed my professors, because part of like being a student at WT is that you have to, if you want to be involved in like a production outside of WT, you have to email them and be like, can I? And I said, please. And they were like, yeah, like go for it. And so I got to do it, which was so crazy. Yeah, and so it's definitely worth it, and it's like it's also just so fun. Like this is the first show that I've done in the main stage since I was a senior in college, or in high school. I'm a senior in college now, so it's been like 4 years, something like that. Last show I did at the main stage was 42nd Street, I think. And so it's like that's been crazy to like be back, and like like the other night at Magic Circle, Crystal was talking about like walking in and like smelling the shop. And I was like, me core, because I walk in and I'd be like, wow. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. So yeah.
Oh well, anyway. I'm so glad that it worked out with your schedule and that you were able to make the time for it. Lucky us. Andrew Hawkins says this show has become one of my favorites between the amazing tech, the insane talent on stage, and how amazing the cast is. Everyone needs to see this show. Agreed. That's absolutely true, Andrew. We're very grateful for you at ALT always for all the work you do with our amazing sound. What a job. Okay, Jason, I want to know what immediately comes to mind when I ask you, what are the most rewarding things about your job at ALT?
Oh gosh, that's a great question. The most rewarding things are seeing seeing our students grow up and still fall in love with the arts and be passionate about life in general in the arts. Having somebody like Sterling come back and we get to revisit a world together and moments. I mean, it's fun that she'll always be my Anna. Oh my gosh, Bentley. Like, he's like, I want to answer a question. He's like, are any of these dog questions? No dog questions for you. But like news like Ben and Tavy, Rebecca Hartman just finished a show out in California or in Arizona. But also, like, even last night or this past week at auditions for Ragtime, like seeing kids come in that are adults now that I'm like, so weird. Like, I taught you when you were, a kid, and now you're a thriving adult in our community. And so many of these kids are thriving adults in their communities wherever they are. And it's just so exciting and fun to see what they're doing. And yeah, some of them are performing and pursuing the arts. Others are just being awesome adults. And that's awesome. That makes me so proud of each and every one of them. And so yeah, I think that's kind of the best part of my job, to see kind of the long lasting impression that hopefully I had, and hopefully it was a positive impression on these people. That's for sure. Immediately though, like, I just love, I mean, for this show, especially seeing so many little kids come into the theater and this show being their first experience at any sort of live theatrical event. They're dressed up. If we have the snowflake wands, they're buying them. And then them just getting so excited when they hear Olaf sing off stage before they even see him. They're getting excited, and just making more people fall in love with the theater. I mean, that's a pretty cool thing to witness every time we have a show, especially like this at ALT.
Oh my gosh, so cool to be a part of an organization that creates either memories, theatrical memories for kids, for adults, but also being a part of Academy students' core memories, their childhood, that helps get them to where they are now in adulthood. Small part, big part, whatever it is, whatever impact we've had, it is very cool to see that. I couldn't agree more. Sterling, I want to know, how important has it been to have a strong ensemble for this show, which it absolutely does. And strong is probably not strong enough a word for this ensemble. And what was it like to watch that process evolve?
Jealousy. That's what. I literally, like, I kid you not, like, when I first, like, was auditioning for this show, I mean, like, obviously I knew I was going to hear my audition for Anna. But I was, like, trying to decide if I should put, like, I would take any part. Like, not because of, like, or whatever, but, like, just because I knew Frog and Toad was going to be really busy and, like, all of that stuff. And I watched the West End version, and I was like, I want to dance with the Maypole. I was like, I want to do that. And now, I am so grateful I get to be here, and I love Anna. Like, I'm so happy with how it turned out. But there are times where I'm standing backstage, like there's a time where I'm waiting to go on stage before Colder by the Minute, and I'm sitting there like, why can't I do in that?
She's like,
I'm so mad. Yeah, and it's like, so that's kind of like, it's so important. The ensemble is like so crazy, and like the dancing, oh my gosh, I'm so jealous. Yeah, that's really what it's like for me, is I sit there and I go, why can't I dance with the Maypole? That's rude. So, yeah.
Well, and on top of that, Jen Akins was telling me a few weeks ago how difficult this music is. And as music director, how thrilled this was. I guess this was a fair way into the process. So she had a really good grasp on the abilities of this ensemble vocally. And she was just talking about how lovely it is for her to sort of just sit back and know that she can trust everyone with their parts, and people are working on it outside of the theater. And it shows. You can definitely tell when you hear the ensemble sing, this swell of sounds, just all these different harmonies coming together, and it makes the experience so much richer. And then you think about the fact that they're dancing while they're doing that most of the time. It's incredible. And acting, of course, and all of the things. Jason, what do you have to say about this unbelievable ensemble you've put together?
They're phenomenal. They're so good. It's great that it's a mixture of adults and Academy kids, and just, the talent in that ensemble is just mind-blowing good. Not only that, but they're like quick changing left and right. These costumes, like they have to, like, they're in these like hidden folk, like huge costumes that are so heavy, and like, man, to dance and be sweaty in those, to like run off stage, quickly change into Colder by the Minute, which are also heavy coats and things like that. I mean, Jamie McCarroll like goes from like the Wesselton lackey to king, back to Wesselton lackey, and back to king, like in like 3 minutes. Like it's just like back and forth, back and forth. But I mean, they're all just so awesome, and they've been such a great ensemble to work with. They're hardworking. I mean, they learned these dances so quickly from Jonathan and Drew, where I was like blown away. I'm like, you guys learned a whole dance in a day? Like what? Oh my gosh, this is awesome. And so they just had time to clean up and really get the parts, really get these parts in their bones. And now they're just having fun up there, which is great. I mean, I'm with you, Sterling. I'm in the back of the audience. Actually, there are a couple of times where Nikki and who is it? It's Nikki and Alex and Holland. They come in from, spoiler alert, they come in from the back of the house at the top of the show. And so they're on my side when I come up from after giving my speech. And they sometimes, I think it was like the first Thursday, maybe opening night as well, I was doing the dance with them in the back. Like I was like doing a little like lantern dance with the guys. And there's just times when I'm like, yep, I'm gonna like dance back here because I want to dance in the show as well. Like it's so fun. It's so fun. Well, and all the partner work, like in the coronation stuff, and it's my type of show. It's the show that I love.
For sure.
I would want to be in, the show that I love directing and being a part of. So in fact, I think Annika, I think we're in the room last night. There was one point where we had a great section of callbacks for ragtime, and it's like intense and dramatic and blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah, this ain't Frozen. Like, this is not. It's a completely different show." Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's what's so awesome too. We've talked about that with patrons at the box office. Like, you know, we just did Cuckoo's Nest, which was just this insane, awesome show, and heavy, and just the talent of that show and how Steven directed it. And then for us to now do Frozen, this like huge family friendly musical that has these huge dance numbers and all the Disney magic. And then of course Misery, which is going to be this phenomenal show in October, and then Ragtime. Like we have something for everyone. It's just a huge mix of talent that we have, and for also sure what we're offering, which I think is pretty cool. No dog musicals, sorry, but we'll get there soon, hopefully. Yeah.
It's not time for Wizard of Oz again yet. Sorry. Right. Mitch Grasso says, you get the fertility dance, Diva.
This is true. This is true. And I do get to do like the coronation stuff. So it's fun, but like I wanna be on that maypole.
Yeah. Such a great scene. Such a great scene.
I'm sad that we didn't. You would have had time to do the maypole dance because you have a little time later on. So
but I will say I take advantage of those first 3 scenes. I do. I come into Magic Circle. I am not in costume. I don't have my mic on yet. What do you know about that? I got time. So
I love it. Meredith Vasquez says, Ben has loved all the new friendships. We're so glad to hear that. ALT is good for a friendship. We can have so many long-lasting friendships that can attest to that. Jason, I want you to tell us some of the aspects from behind the scenes that people might not necessarily acknowledge or praise because they don't know how that contributed to the overall show, but have been crucial in making Frozen a success.
Oh, I mean, there's so many elements that are backstage that have to get done correctly in order for the audience to not realize that anything could easily go wrong or anything like that. You know, we had a sound issue on Saturday that, gosh, thank the Lord, Andrew was able to figure out and fix in a timely manner, but our actors were on stage and just nailed it and just kept trucking along, and the orchestra just kept trucking along, and Jennifer was making alterations for other instruments to play, you know, key notes or key pitches for cast members to sing while we were rebooting the sound system, while I was on the board trying to pull up mics once they came up. You know, we have the magic has to happen somehow. And so, you know, the quick change with Elsa, there are 2 costumes individuals that have to make that work. A flying cape has to work. The drops have to come in at a certain time. The quick change of a set, as a drop comes in, we have to change out sets very quickly before the drop goes back up, because there's only a certain amount of time. We have to set up a whole bedroom scene and Sterling has a quick change into that bedroom scene, making sure that works. Sterling has a quick change on stage that the audience they see, and we have to make sure that all works. You know, one night the ribbon in her wig, her coronation wig, was just a little lower and it got stuck in the zipper. So as they were zipping it up, it kind of pulled her back, and she had to adjust that. I mean, there's no stopping, you know. She's singing a song about how for the first time in forever she's so excited about these gates being open, but she handle it like a pro. That's what's so fun. I mean, that's and I said this in Magic Circle, and I've said this before, but we rehearse not for perfection. We rehearse for if something goes wrong, we know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And I had to remind our cast that it's like, we're not looking for perfection every time because there's not a perfect show,
Yeah.
but we're going to rehearse and rehearse and rehearse until that way, if something does go wrong, we know what to do. I was so impressed the other day with Sterling. Something with the dress just maybe took a little longer or something. And so she normally goes on the lip of the stage and makes a crossover while the set changes behind her. And then she goes to a prop. And she knew, she clocked it in her head. She was like, I don't have time because this has taken longer. I don't have time to walk around. So she just went to center and sang as they made the change and then crossed over. And I was like, perfect. Like I knew exactly what she was doing and it worked out perfect. And so it's things like that just, I get so impressed with. And, we have to charge lights so that way the icebergs will light up, and we have to make sure that the cups are in the right place and the costumes have been reset and the right toys are in the right toy boxes, because if not, that that might throw off our young Annas and Elsas. And we have to make sure the props are which I'm the worst at. I'm the worst crew member because I'm supposed to make sure to open the door for 2 actors, one of which is a reindeer, and I keep forgetting because I keep watching the show or I keep getting involved in something else, and so then I keep running to the lobby like, so sorry, I forgot to open the door, and they're just looking at me like, yeah, we've been waiting. Like somebody else had to let us in the door. And I'm like, sorry, I got busy. I was watching the show. So.
I love your show that I directed. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to enjoy it while I can.
Yeah. So there's so many things backstage, with the orchestra, with the spots, everything has to go right for it to all be what we want it to be, and and so it's been a fun process though, for sure. And I'm sure the cast gets tired of me because every now and then I'm like, okay, I have a note. And I'm like, I'm still giving notes, still tightening, still cleaning, still making sure until that last moment. I've done that before though, where I have to remind myself, like I will start taking notes on the last Sunday, and then I'm like, what am I doing? Like, there's no more shows after this. Like, I no longer need to give any more notes. So
but honestly, like thinking about some of the magic and how it works, like the timing that you guys have to call for, like Elsa doing something to Anna, and like the timing of the projection, and when
and the sound cue.
Magic.
There's like a sound cue. Like anytime Elsa does this, a light effect has to happen, a projection has to happen, and a sound effect has to happen all at the same time where 3 people are doing it. It's just mind-boggling. And our sound, I gotta do a huge shout out to Harley Harris, who did our sound design for our sound effects. Oh my God, they're so good. They're so good. Like the window open and we hear the wind and we hear all these elements that I'm just like blown away by it. So I had to run sound for one show, Saturday night show, and man, I was like, it was so fun. I was also like watching the show in a different set of eyes, but it was really fun just to kind of see how much work went into just even the sound design of the sound effects for the show.
It really is incredible how many different elements in so many different areas have to come together for the show to even kind of work.
Yeah.
It's so amazing how many different people need to be on the ball, especially with a show like this. We have a handful of comments to get to. Hugh Fristo says, Ben and Nora are so freaking great. They steal the show in their dances. Such great talent.
Yeah, they do.
Vanessa says, y'all have done amazing. Such a great job. This is epic. Meredith Vasquez says, I had no idea what all went on behind the scenes until this show. I have such a deep appreciation for crew now.
Shout out Meredith.
Great comment. That is so true. The unsung heroes of the theater without.
And another thing too is like, okay, all of that's happening backstage, on stage, all that, right? And then we have our powerhouse volunteers ushering, working concession, which these concession lines are insane. I'll like run back there to just like help with like lemonades or candies or anything like that, but they're like trucking it along. Getting these lines as fast as they can. Merchandise table, where poor people, like our poor volunteers, when we run out of things, have to tell these like children who are like mortified and crying and like so upset that we ran out of a snowflake wand or a t-shirt, which is so hard. So our warriors front of house as well are killing it, making snowman kits. Our academy parents who are involved with the show, or just even volunteers, Jana Lopez, Meredith, Amanda, all of them have been amazing in helping us get the front of house stuff ready for the show as well. Sarah Hill, she's been rock starring it as well. We're all of our parents, just they're so awesome to help. And our board, we're selling raffle tickets, we're selling cold front drinks, and it's just the front of house is just, I feel like as the cast is like, intermission, that's when the front of house is like, okay, here's our 25 minutes of fast, intense work. So they're amazing. I'm so thankful for all of them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to everyone who has helped front of house, behind the scenes, backstage. Absolutely incredible work. Is there anything else you guys want our audiences to know, or anyone watching Thursdays at 3 to know ahead of your final sold out weekend?
Yeah, sold out. Woo woo. I would say if anyone still doesn't have tickets, still come to the box office, get on the standby list. We will add chairs in the aisles to get people in. We want as many people to see the show as possible. So come on down an hour before showtime. So 7, our Thursday, Friday, Saturday shows are at 7:30. So doors open at 6:30.
Come early. It's better for the box office people. Come early.
Come early, get on that standby list. They'll help you out. And then of course, 1:30 for our 2:30 matinees on Saturday and Sunday.
All right. Well, you guys, thank you so much.
Go ahead. Real quick. One other thing. Breaking news. Breaking news. I don't. We don't have it to share.
I don't.
Switching hats. Real quick. Switching hats. If I can before 5, we'll see. I'm going to send out an email, but just a quick announcement to all those who auditioned for our production of A Ragtime. Due to today's crazy hectic schedule for me and Jennifer with Frozen and with some other elements, I have a huge thing that's due tomorrow night or tomorrow evening. And so long story short, I have been a little bit busier than I thought I was going to be this week. Anyway, so, and we're going to make a post about this as well, but our cast list for Ragtime is going to be postponed by a day. So it is no longer going to be posted on Friday. It'll now be posted on Saturday at the latest at noon. Breaking news. Yes. So cast list for Ragtime. Normally, just to let people understand, after callbacks, Jennifer and I usually meet the day after, sometime in the afternoon, where we can get stuff, we slept on it, all the things, and then we get it ready for the next day. Well, me and Jennifer looked at each other last night and we were like, we don't have time. We have no time to do that today because of our schedules and with the show and stuff like that. So we're going to meet tomorrow instead. And so I'm postponing that cast list by a day. So no worries. It just means that we have more time to get it right and all that good stuff. So.
Absolutely. Great. Good to know. And again, like Jason said, they're going to make a post about that. So great. You guys, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I know you guys are so busy, and Sterling, I'm so happy I got the chance to talk to you too. I'm so glad you got to be on Thursdays at 3. It was so perfectly timed with Ben's announcement and the show that he got to do. Please pass on our congratulations to him. We're so proud of him. Absolutely. So proud of him. And I'm so grateful to you guys for chatting with me, and really thank you so much for this incredible show. It is so clear what an impact it's making on this community. It makes me so happy. And I'm one of thousands of people. I'm so happy to see all of these families in this theater, all these little kids who are experiencing this. Jason, you alluded to this earlier, experiencing live theater many times for the very first time, maybe creating core memories. Sterling, you're going to be a part of so many kids' memories and adults too. I mean, you're in my memory, that is for sure. It's such a big deal what we do here at ALT, from the Academy to the main stage to the adventure space. Check out ALT library program, all the things that we're doing to try to create an impact for the arts and the community. So thank you guys so much, everyone watching, for what you do to make ALT so great, and helping us get into our centennial year so we can be around for another 100 years. We're so grateful for y'all. Thank you again to Jason and Sterling for joining me today. We are so thrilled that Amarillo has embraced Frozen and that so many people have enjoyed it and supported ALT. Warriors, don't forget to sign up for ushering and concessions and show up on Sunday at about 5:15, 5:30 to help with strike. Closed-toed shoes, bring your own drill if you can. Of course, we'll feed you and all the things, but this is going to be a massive strike. Props, costumes, set pieces, all of the things. Again, Jason and Sterling, I'm in awe of you both, and I'm so grateful that you joined me today. It's so great to chat with you. I love talking shop, and you guys have a fantastic final sold-out weekend of Frozen.
Thank you, Annika. I appreciate you. See you in a little bit, Sterling.
Have a great weekend. See you later. Bye.
Bye.